Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video here on Crypto Markets. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 great tips for new investors into cryptocurrency. I'm not going to be treating it as much as if you were gambling with this money, but as if you wanted to really make an investment and hold a good position in cryptocurrency as a whole. And you can still do that with a very low amount of US dollars if you do it right. So I know you guys are tired of hearing this disclaimer, but this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, and I strongly encourage you all to do your own research when looking into projects you want to invest your money in. So my number 1 tip in this video is actually going to be do not buy into the hype. And that is a very difficult thing to do, and it sounds very basic. It sounds very stupid, but I have seen a number of people buy into the hype time and time again. And this is the kind of thing that happens. Now, I'm just going to be pointing to Ripple as a good example of that. Now, if you really believed in the technology behind Ripple, I could totally understand, maybe you bought a couple months ago or you bought whenever. But if you had just, you hear about Ripple, oh, it's going to be the new Bitcoin. It's going to be worth $15,000 soon. No, that's not exactly how it works, especially when you look at the total supply. But a lot of people thought because they don't understand that, they saw Ripple go all the way up and up and up. And then the smart people, the people that were pumping and dumping this coin, the whales and the big high profile investors, they sold off around here, maybe even a little bit over here. But as you can see, the price has more or less crashed. It was creeping up on $4 a coin, and now it's not even 2. And this is a very perfect example because and I'm sure some of you watching this video right now have maybe bought into the hype, which is perfectly okay, but you got to learn from your mistakes. This is how this is. You cannot, you really can't even believe what you read online. And that's something that really does play into this. I saw articles, especially on Stellar, saying that it was going to go to $5 a coin. Now, if we look at this chart, go to the 7-day chart, or not even, let's go to the 1 month. As you can see, it went from like 20 cents around that area all the way up. I think it peaked at 93 cents, 92, which that's a very big price hike without any real announcements, without any big news coming out about Stellar, other than these fluff pieces that, it's more or less a get rich quick thing. If you were looking into cryptocurrency to get rich quick, then you need to do your own research and not buy into the hype. Just because you read an article saying it's going to go to the moon does not mean it's going to, even if the logo is a rocket ship. So anyway, the second tip I want to talk about is do not sell at a loss no matter what. And that is very important. There's another thing. It sounds very basic, but it is very fundamental when investing in technology or stocks or anything really. So one thing I want to take a look at here is actually the Bitcoin crash back in 2014? 2013? So it had a big run up from $200 a coin all the way to around 1,000, which that was a big deal back then. This was before everyone knew about cryptocurrency. And then as you can see, it went into a total bear market into 2014, and it went down and went down. We can even move this up a little bit. And it did eventually recover a little bit. But if you had sold off, let's say you had bought into the high, let's say you bought in around here, and then you went through this entire phase, I'm going to wait until it goes to $1 million a coin. Well, you're shit out of luck if you panic sold. And that's the important thing I want to get across is this market moves so fast that one day a cryptocurrency can crash and it can be back the next, stronger than ever. And maybe it doesn't necessarily happen as fast as a day, but in comparison to any other market that we are familiar with, as far as stocks, companies, anything like that, it is pale in comparison to cryptocurrency because it is so volatile. So that is an important thing to keep note of. Don't sell at a loss, even if you don't believe in the tech behind it. Let's say you bought into Tron at the peak and you actually did some research on it and you don't believe in the tech behind it, you don't think it's ever going to go back up, you never know. So even if it's just, your 1 in a million chance, don't sell at a loss. The worst case scenario is, it continues to go on a downward trend. But I still would say that's better than definitively locking in losses. Because when you sell at a loss, that's what you're doing. You were 100%, and then you're going to have to kick yourself if it ever does go back up in price, which there is a lot of potential. The next most important thing that I cannot stress enough to anyone who's new to cryptocurrency, who's looking to put their money in this, in any project, I encourage you to really research it. And I don't mean, you go on Twitter, you read what people are saying about it. Oh, it's going to the moon. It does not mean go on Reddit. I strongly encourage everyone who's watching this right now, anyone who's interested in cryptocurrency, go to their website. Look at who the developers are. Look at who the team behind it is. You can do this for just about every cryptocurrency that exists. You can read their white paper. You can read the code. You can really look into who's investing. You can look at the problem it's going to solve in society. If your cryptocurrency just exists as, oh yeah, we're better than the next cryptocurrency, but you don't actually have a plan, your cryptocurrency isn't going to go anywhere. And the important thing to remember is that this technology is still very new. Now, it may not be Bitcoin, it may not be Ethereum, it may not be any of the coins that are currently on the top 20 that eventually replaces fiat currency. However, I do think there will be a day where cryptocurrency does overtake fiat, simply because, obviously there's a number of reasons. I can go on about inflation and, problems with banking, but I'm not going to do that in this video. I'll probably make another video on that topic, but there is going to be a lot of growth in this industry in 2018. So if we come into the cryptocurrency market capitalization, this is actually all cryptocurrencies, their value added up all together. This has gone up exponentially. In just 1 year, we have gone from sub $20 billion to $830 billion at one point. And that's a very big deal. And that, don't get me wrong, people are saying it's a bubble. I think it could be. There is some truth to that. However, there have been a number of corrections recently. As you guys can see, if we look back here at these charts, there's a lot of red numbers, a lot of double-digit red numbers. And that, generally to me, that's a healthy sign. Now, there's still going to be growth. There's still going to be a lot of people investing in these cryptocurrencies that are not necessarily the greatest projects. However, I encourage everyone, like I said, research your projects. What problem is your coin solving? If you cannot come up with a coherent answer, if you don't think the team behind it is being transparent and honest, then that is going to hurt your coin in the long run. Now, let's look at IOTA, for example. I've heard a number of bad things about IOTA simply because the team behind it is disliked. Now, that doesn't necessarily speak to what the coin does, the problem it's going to solve. I actually think there could be some very good tech behind IOTA. It has a lot of potential. However, when your team has a bad reputation, it can actually be very bad for your cryptocurrency, because then people are going to trash the team. Oh, this guy was irresponsible. He, smokes weed on, shit posts on Twitter. That's going to bring a lot of bad publicity to your coin, and that does not necessarily mean it's going to grow in price. It's a little different in crypto. Just because they know the name of your coin doesn't mean it's going to grow in price necessarily. But in summary, these are the 3 most important things you need to do when investing in cryptocurrency. If you do these 3 things, I promise you, you will, you might not become a millionaire, but you will make some money. And if you do it smart and you do it smart enough, maybe you can, quit your job. Maybe you can, start your own business or whatever it is that you want to do. So again, do not buy into the hype. Do not sell at a loss, and actually research the projects you're looking into. Now, I'm going to be making videos that are a little bit more specific that address these problems in more detail in the future. So if you guys want to be around for that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys all enjoy this. I really enjoy these cryptocurrency videos, and I hope you guys find this useful. That's going to be it for the video, though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.